radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Yo, yo, yo. We are live right now. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, and check it out live in the bunker with me right now, Billy Carson. Billy.
Hey, what's happening?
Man, okay. A little surprise visit to everybody out there in the world. They weren't expecting this today. We weren't expecting this today. And Billy, welcome. You're in the bunker for the first time.
Hey, I'm in the bunker. It's a beautiful place to be.
It is a beautiful place to be. So here we are. You came in from Miami. Welcome to our beautiful city. You were presented with the Pioneer Award yesterday at the Parapet Festival. Oh, we didn't bring the award in.
Oh, man.
We didn't bring it in. It's in the luggage. It's out in the car. And we're going to be here for just a few minutes because Billy's got a car coming to pick him up. He's on his way back to Miami tonight.
Yep.
But here we are in the bunker. Again, I'm going to say welcome. And you and I have done so many shows over the years.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've always done it, remotely. You've been out, but now you're in the bunker. Do you feel the vibe? Do you feel the vibe?
I feel the vibe, man. It's a dope bunker too. I love this place.
And it was really cool to watch you get that award, and for me personally to present it to you, and to hear the reaction from everybody. I'm just gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah.
How do you feel at a moment like that? I mean, I was there, I watched it, but tell us a little bit about that. What's that like?
Well, when you get an award like that, you feel an amazing sense of accomplishment. You feel like the work that you've done and the time and the energy, the effort you've spent has not been for naught, that people have seen and can appreciate the work that you've put out for the world, for the community. And it's just really something that's totally unexpected and something that just makes you feel rejuvenated, regenerated, and like you are ready to go back out and put in more work and continue to push the bar.
I sensed, I mean, I could have this wrong, but I know your voice really well. And I heard things tighten up just a little bit last night. And I was standing in back of you. And because your fiance Elizabeth's there, Gabe is there. You've got friends and family, and that I'm there, and that's got to be extra special. My daughter was there.
Your daughter was there. Great meeting her for the first time.
It's pretty emotional, isn't it?
It's emotional. I wanted to give a lot of credit to Elizabeth for the work that she had done behind the scenes with Forbidden Knowledge for the last 2.5 years. The work that people never see, never hear about, don't know about. They see my face 99% of the time, but it's not a one-man show. It's not as you've got a team that you've built. You can't do it all yourself. You have to have help. And she's been an integral part in helping building teams underneath Forbidden Knowledge and allowing, delegating workloads to people and getting things done and helping us be able to become the best creative minds that we can possibly be.
Right.
So that we can really accelerate.
One of the things that I had said last night, and I kind of let myself get away from myself, and I don't let that happen too often, but the point is a very, very simple one, that everybody's got dreams, right? We were just cracking jokes about that, right? Outside, we were cracking jokes about dreams.
Yeah.
And everybody's got dreams.
Yeah.
And don't let anything hold you back. If you need evidence, and I'd said that, and I was pretty loud about this last night.
Yeah.
If you need evidence, if you say, okay, show me somebody that's done, well, here's Billy Carson right here. There's get a dream together, get something together, and go and do it. And the other step is get a friend. your best friend. Get somebody that can walk next to you, somebody that can challenge you, not a yes person.
Yeah.
No, you want somebody that can challenge you to validate your thoughts, maybe unvalidate some thoughts too as well.
Oh, yeah.
And walk side by side with somebody. And like the three of us have managed to do and will continue to do.
Yeah.
But that's really one of the secrets. There's many secrets, but that's one of them, isn't it?
That's one of them. You have to be around, first of all, you want to be around people that are not yes men, number one. In other words, I'm not the type of person that has to be, everything that I say has to go, and what I say is the number one rule, and you better listen to me. It's like,
that's an accident waiting to happen right
big
there.
Time. I'm in relationships in my inner circle. And so when I'm with you, Jamie, and you're with me, it's like, let's run ideas off each other. Let's see what we think is good or maybe is not good, right? And I'll tell you, maybe this isn't a good idea. You'll tell me, I don't know if that's a good idea, or look, this is wrong. We just had a situation just a few minutes ago. You were showing me something on something I was working on. You're saying, look, you see this right here?
I
That's
did.
actually
You know what?
A mistake right there.
I did. You know what? That's a great point.
Yeah.
And it's just a conversation, people.
Yeah.
Billy and I said, okay, I'm not going to get specific, but Billy and I were watching something, doesn't matter what. I said, do you see that right there? That's a mistake. That's what, and I explained it, and I said, now let's just go back and watch this again. And we did. And but that's, Billy didn't try to defend or try to argue his way out. No, you just listen.
Yeah.
And maybe you learn something.
Exactly.
You know what, with you, whenever I say something to Billy and he, and he wants to tell me no, he goes silent. That's your secret. Billy will go, and I know. Oh man, I just let too much out right there.
That's my tell.
Yeah, that was some inside info. But when I get that, I know I need to change direction. I need to turn the car, man. I need to turn the car. But yeah, and life. I mean, right now, people are asking questions and seeking answers more than ever.
Yeah.
And I watch you and Elizabeth, not only in social media, but your shows together. You repeat something over and over again, and I think it needs to be repeated. In that, man, don't listen to everybody. Don't listen to negative stuff. Watch what you listen to. Be careful of what you say. And these things it's like a mantra.
Yeah.
You need to constantly, I need to remind myself of that. Do you do the same thing? Do you catch yourself doing it?
The true account of a person that's growing consciously is a person that begins to catch themselves and check them on their own self. In other words, if I'm doing something and I catch myself slipping somewhere, whether it's an emotional slip, whether there's some type of a frustration or anger that's settling in, I stop myself, I talk to myself, and I check myself, and I become the observer of my thoughts. And I realize I'm not my thoughts, I'm the observer of my thoughts. And once I take myself into that mind state, I can then change the direction of my emotion. I can feel it, I can process it because I deserve to, but then I can move through it.
And why is it so difficult? I mean, to a lot of people, this is like work, and they want the easy road, man. There's going to be an easier. There really isn't, is there?
No, there's no easy road. Life is difficult. I mean, you just look at one nature show, and you can figure that one out quick. And we've been blessed to be at the top of the food chain because of our conscious capability in these hands that we have that can manipulate our environment. Without these hands, even with our consciousness, without these hands, we wouldn't be able to manipulate the environment, which means we'd be just like the dolphins and the whales, smart as hell, but can't do nothing with it, right?
Right.
And so, we have to understand, like, look, we're in a position of power. We're in a position of creation and creativity, and we have to do whatever it takes to continue to follow that path of enlightenment and following our dreams and our passions. And when you go down these side roads of anger and frustration and hatred and all this other stuff that's low frequency, you begin to be caught up in that, and you get diverted off your true dream.
Shane just said he wants more seasons of Jimmy's show on 4BK.
Nice.
All right.
That's coming.
Yeah, that's coming. We got some plans.
Yeah.
And when we are ready, and it's going to be sooner than you think, we are about to make some big. I think that's kind of weird. We've done movies, we've done TV, we've done a million shows, we've done all these conferences. Everybody's just kind of waiting. When's the Billy Jimmy thing? What are you guys waiting for? What do you guys? Okay. We got some. The dangerous thing with Billy and I and Elizabeth, and we crack jokes about this all the time. We got to be careful about ideas. Yeah. Because once something cool bubbles to the surface, we got to do it. We got to get it done, and that's it. So we got to be really careful with that. Now, let's change gears. We have a little bit of time. No, we're limited on time. Billy's on his way to the airport with Elizabeth and Gabe, and the four of us. I talk a lot about where I live in Palmdale and the fact that I'm in the middle of all the secret stuff. I got all the alien technology here. I just took you on a tour, man.
Yeah.
Right down the street from my house. And we pulled up to
the Skunk Works.
How cool is that,
man,
to pull away from my house and to pull up and see that giant skunk right in front of you?
Listen, if you guys don't know what the Skunk Works are, that's where all the top secret projects are created and developed for the military, for the space agencies. It's an incredible place where a lot of black budget money has dove into, right? Trillions of dollars.
Yes.
Not like millions, not hundreds of millions, trillions
with
of dollars.
With a T and an S at the end.
And they still have projects, top secret black budget projects going on there right around the corner from where I'm sitting right now.
And when you see... the buildings are one thing. It's the size of that complex. It's the size of the building.
Super massive. Megalithic.
Yeah, megalithic.
Those doors, those like 10-story doors were cracked. I just wanted to sneak in there and take a peek.
It's this wide, right?
In that one area, because I know what's in there.
You could probably just get your cell phone in and pop one off. Yeah.
Whatever is in there could probably go to Mars in 5 minutes.
So right? We took some selfies. We'll post them in a bit.
Yeah.
We went over to the SR-71s that are there at the gates of Air Force Plant 42. What a majestic, beautiful piece of art that is, isn't it?
It's incredible. It looks like a sculpture.
It does. It is a sculpture.
Yeah.
It's a flying Mach 6 sculpture.
Yeah.
And when you stand next to it, a couple of things stick out. One, it's perfect, right? Its lines are perfect. It's held together with screws.
Phillips screws.
Phillips screws, man.
Yeah.
You look at
it's like, what? I mean, can you imagine how crazy you have to be to fly that thing at Mach 4, Mach 5 with held together by simple screws?
And those little windows, the cockpit is like, and your head, you're just fitting on the inside of that. And all it is, it's an engine. And right? It's an engine.
Yeah.
You are strapped onto a couple of engines and it's go time.
Yes, go time. Flying at the edge of space.
What do you, when you hear these different theories and ideas and testimony about an alien craft being out there, and we were there. We were just there.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind? Do you think that is part of our reality? Do you think that a craft is out there and has been out there and backwards engineered into this technology we have today?
Oh yeah, I truly believe that. I believe in the ARVs, alien reproduction vehicles. I believe they exist. I believe that 1947 incident with the Roswell, which wasn't just one UFO that was brought down, there was several that same day. And I believe our own technology brought those down. And people go, how can somebody travel from another planet or another solar system and come here and they can't, fly the UFO and it crashes? It's called Space is Dangerous.
Right. Yes.
Space is we've sent how many missions to Mars that failed?
Every one except for like 2.
It's like a dangerous place.
Yeah, we bounced every one off of the surface because we can't figure out how to land it. So we cover it with balloons and just hope for the best.
And hope for the best. Just pray. Hope this thing sends a signal. About 2 hours later, it sent a signal. We survived this one.
We literally bounce them out with beach balls.
And they bounce for like miles.
Yeah, bounce for miles. And we just pray that everything still works.
You don't even know where it's going to end up. It could bounce into a cavern.
Yeah, with all the technology that we have, that's the best we've got, to land on Mars.
And, just these things could be dangerous to fly somewhere. And if another planet is using some type of a weapon, potentially a scalar weapon, and they discover that it affects your navigation and makes you fly crazy, well, they figure, well, we can point this at them. Maybe it'll bring it down. Then we can steal it. We can break it down into pieces. We can take technology out of it and begin to find out how it works, which I think is exactly what was done.
The film that you made, I say you, it was a great team of people, that the Black Knight satellite, and that film, people talk about it. People come up to me, and it's not one answer. It's not one theory. It's you. Yeah. Talking to a bunch of different experts about the subject is the Black Knight satellite, getting their take on it, trying to figure out, one, if it's real, right? That's the first thing.
Yep.
The second thing, if it is, what is its purpose?
Right.
And I always felt that was an exciting way to look at the film. What did you learn from, you had Dolan, you had Val Danik, and you had myself, and Sonia Grace was so excellent in the film. Roderick Martin. What did you come away with? Did you get the answers that you were seeking?
I really did get the answers I was seeking. In America, for example, in a court of law, if you have enough circumstantial evidence, you can make a case, right? And so I took that concept into the Black Knight satellite. Can I put together enough circumstantial evidence from these experts to make a case that this thing not only is real, but that it may be sending a signal, it may be watching us and sending a signal back to Epsilon Boretis. And I believe I made that case. It's just a theory, but I believe based on all the input from all the experts, including yourself, you came with that NSA document that talked about the communication with ET and communication back to Epsilon, and it just blew me away. And so I think I did make the case, and I found the answers I was looking for, that this object, not only is it real, it's above our heads, and it's transmitting in real time, probably via quantum entanglement, information back to its source about what's going on here on Earth.
And do you think that the source is another mothership or satellite, or is it going straight back to Epsilon?
It may go to some type of array that may be out in deep space, and that array may send it straight to its source.
Somebody just said, Jimmy, you had a busy Saturday. Billy and I, Billy had a presentation. We had the awards that night. I had the introductions, of course, with Billy and others. Robert Schock knocked it out of the park this weekend, and so many others.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a
listen about Robert Schock. So Robert Schock is a real scientist. He's a real geologist, real doctor, real professor at a college. And what was he's been one of the greatest field researchers that I know of in this field and in this community. And he was sitting in the front row of my lecture, and he was taking pictures of every slide I put up. That made me feel so good. You know what I'm saying? To have a real professor, a real professional, admire my work and take pictures of each slide, and at the end come up and shake my hand and tell me that was amazing.
Yeah. He and thank you for bringing up that point. I when you say his name, you just can't blow past it and let's move on to another subject. He is so important to the community, right? And at the end of his presentation, I went up on stage, and I just didn't want him to end right there. Mm-hmm. I said, hold on a minute. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. And I said to him, I'm not making this up. I go, you trust me, right? And as soon as I said that, he was like,
I know. I saw that.
Oh, you were there? And, but I said, what was it like? What does it feel like? Do you know that you changed the world?
Yeah.
Right. And his answer was, you know what? There was a point where people were trying to get me fired. They were coming at me from all directions, that you're not allowed to speak your mind or do research that doesn't fit. And that's not how we do things in the academic world. And they came at me. They came at me really hard. Yeah. But at some point, and I love the way he answered, I have to stay true to myself. I have to follow I have to stick to it. I'm not going to fake this.
Yeah.
This is how I feel. And you know what? Damn the torpedoes. Let's just go with this.
Yeah.
And thank goodness that not only that he did do that, but he made this point on stage. He said, this wasn't yesterday. I made this point in 1993. This is before I had tenure.
Yeah.
And that was the pressure that I was under. And at that point, I could have taken the safe road. I could have done that. And he's right. That's what most people do. I get that. And I fully understand, your family, this, that, your career, you've got things and, you want your children maybe to go to go to college, and you're going to take the safe road. I totally get that. I'm not going to criticize anybody for those decisions, but I will certainly recognize somebody that's willing to, say, damn the torpedoes, and I don't care what you're going to fire at me. I'm going to follow my heart and where this is leading me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a man of his word. He's gone out, done the field research in person, gotten his hands dirty, excuse me, and come up with his own hypothesis. Excuse me, guys. Come up with
got fade to black blend right over there.
I know. He's come up with his own hypothesis on, the age of the Sphinx, the age of the pyramids, and a lot of these other ancient sites like Göbekli Tepe and Karahan Tepe and Derinkuyu, all throughout Turkey and everything else. And he's done the research, and he's come up with his own hypothesis based on his true knowledge that they taught him at university.
Yeah.
And what he's learned is based on the way the science works, that these sites are much older than what the mainstream is telling us. And they want him to lie and say that it's not, but he is not going to lie. He's going to give you his honest opinion based on a hypothesis, based on real, true scientific research and study. And they're much older.
That's right. That's right. In the few minutes that we have left, literally, Billy's luggage is waiting to get packed into a car, and he's heading to LAX and going back to Miami. In the brief time that we have left, let me ask you direct. Is the government our friend? Right now, the UFO community and the government is trying to act like they got our backs. Are they our friend?
No. The government is very slick. The governments are experts in neuroscience. They understand the manipulation game. They know how to cast spells via words, aka propaganda. So they know how to utilize words and frequencies in a way and trick phrases that alter and confuse the human mind. They're super expert. They pay people millions of dollars a year to give them the knowledge on how to utilize this and cast these spells over the population. And so what the government does is they're always looking for an angle for manipulation, for control, for power, of course, for military strength. And everything that they discover, they actually want to utilize it for weaponization. They want to weaponize virtually almost everything. And any technology that can put down complete industries, they try to suppress it. They put it down. And their main goal is to trickle out the technology over a long period of time and extend it as long as they possibly can, giving the big oligarchs enough time to make money in what they're already in and slowly convert into whatever the next thing is going to be. So in true reality, they're not our friend, and they should be working for us, but they got us thinking that we work for them. It's supposed to be of the people, by the people, but it's been flipped on us. And because we're too afraid, we continue to let them do it to us.
And it's easier. I keep going back to that. It's easier for so many just to put your head in the sand and ignore it. It's easier. And that's the wrong approach. We are in a position right now, not of power, but of more power than we've had before. In this, right? We're not controlling the situation, but we're getting pretty close. And right now is not the time to relax or get complacent with this. We need to stay strong, don't we?
We need to stay strong. We need to unite. We got to forget about this divide and conquer stuff that they keep pulling over our heads and tricking us with. And we have to realize that the 8 billion people are more powerful together than apart.
Right.
And when we completely and truthfully, really, truly realize that, that together we're stronger, 8 billion against 100. 8 billion people against 100 people. This is why the aliens don't talk to us. They look at the planet, they go, hey, there might be some high IQs down there. Let's take a look. And they go, wait a minute. No, 8 billion people being controlled by 100 people. We'll come back in a couple thousand years to see where they're at next.
You guys need to get something together.
Yeah.
We've only got a couple minutes left. Elizabeth is right on the other side of that door. Can we get her to come in here? Elizabeth!
Can she hear you?
Elizabeth!
You sound like Fred Sanford.
Yeah, right. Elizabeth!
I don't think she can hear you all the way out there.
Elizabeth, no, I got all that soundproofing.
Yeah.
You keep talking. Billy knows how to ramble.
I want to thank everyone that came on in for my text message that I sent out. Thanks for answering the text that I sent to come on this live here with Jimmy Church. I'm out in California having a great time. I'm in the bunker right now. And last night I was the recipient of the Pioneer Award, which was an amazing honor. They recognized Forbidden Knowledge as being a pioneer in the community for everything that we have done and worked on over the last 8 to 10 years. And it's just an honor to be able to be recognized for that. So thank you for answering the text, clicking on that link, and coming on this live with myself and Jimmy Church. It's just been an incredible honor. And make sure you subscribe to this YouTube account, Jimmy Church Radio, because it's an amazing network and soon to be on Forbidden Knowledge TV.
Shh, that's my announcement. Hey, check this out. I don't want to freak out. I think they've been abducted.
They're gone?
They're not in the house.
Oh, man.
The house is up. The warm coffee is still on the coffee table. No. All the signs of an alien abduction. So yeah, they're gone. Okay. Hey, Billy, I gotta pack your luggage and get you on out of here. What a great weekend! You got to come out. We just had an amazing lunch and toured the facilities. You're here to come on and just hang out for a minute live impromptu. Oh, by the way, so when I go out to Billy's house, I want to hang out. I want to lounge outside. I want to drink with an umbrella in it. I want to no. Billy's all about work. Church, podcast. We got 6 hours we got to do. As soon as we get done with that, I'm going to get you a snack. You're going to take a nap, and then we got 3 more hours of podcast. When you get up in the morning, Junior's going to pick you up at 5 a.m. You're going to be back here. We're going to podcast for 5 hours. After we get up, well, I got to return it, man. Billy stopped by here. No, we're podcasting, Billy, until we run out of time. Billy, thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you, man. Love you, brother.
Yeah, love you back. And everybody, we've got an amazing week coming up on Fade to Black. I'll let everybody know. I know that Tuesday night we got Craig Campabasso here. Wednesday night, I think we've got a physicist in. I don't want to make any announcements on that yet. Tomorrow night, I'm going to do a recap of Parapod and go through all of my photographs and images and talk about that and shot some video and things. And we'll do that tomorrow night. And there you go. So I'll see everybody tomorrow night on the show. And I've also got a special guest tomorrow night, and I will let everybody know about that. Billy, safe travels back to Miami. I will see you out in Miami shortly. What else have we got going on? What's coming up next?
We have the Forbidden Conscious Awards coming up. And then after that, we'll be going to speak in London. And then we'll be in Manchester.
That's right. And then Egypt.
And then Egypt.
Anything else, my friend?
Oh, man. There's we
got a Sky Watch coming up.
We got the Sky Watch for the Forbidden Knowledge Black Card holders. We do the special Sky Watch. We might invite a small amount of people on top of the Black Card holders to this event. We'll let you know. Elizabeth is planning it right now.
Yeah, and we'll make that announcement, but that's happening too as well. So we've got like 5 or 6 things this year. All the links for everything are below. And also, you can go over to forbiddenknowledge.com ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. All of it, ForbiddenKnowledge.com is the central area to go to for all of this. All of the events are there. You can check everything out. Of course, we've got it also on JimmyChurchRadio.com. And as we add stuff to the schedule, because we've got some other things that are bubbling up to the surface, and we'll let everybody know. Billy, safe travels back to Miami, my friend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolute, very
Forbidden knowledge. And shout out to Vastina. I saw Vastina in the chat. Auntie Vastina.
Oh, is she here?
Yeah, she's in there.
Oh man, I saw some. You know what? Hello to everybody. Yeah. We've literally got a car out front, so we've got to run. Have a great weekend. I'll see everybody tomorrow night. Billy, I'll see all of you tomorrow from Forbidden Knowledge.
All right,
this is Fade to Black live from the bunker. Billy Carson. Everybody have a great weekend.